such a big fucking difference I didn't even think about. If he didn't give a fuck about Sasuke, that nigga would have just been evil forever.
Round 1, fight! What if Naruto didn't care? What if he hated the leaf? What if he blamed them for what happened to his parents? What if he wanted to kill the Hokage instead of becoming one himself? What if he gave in to the nine-tailed fox? What if Naruto wasn't the hero?
And that's what we're here to figure out, right? Sorry, I got to get a little. I don't even know what that was. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So this video is by Magi. I think that's how you say his name. He got 2.2 million. I'm gonna need some of them subs, bro. But yeah, he dropped this video 9 months ago called "What If Naruto Just Didn't Care." And as y'all know, or the people that have seen Naruto, you know that Naruto is obviously the main protagonist of Naruto. You know what I mean? He wanted to be the Hokage. He wanted to do all the great things in the world. You know what I mean? He the product of war, inhabit environments, and death and loss and all that crazy shit. And basically, in this video, I think what we're going over is what happens if Naruto was either evil or he just wasn't in the story at all, basically. Or if he was just a regular bystander. Like if Naruto wasn't who he was, right? So that's what we gonna watch today. You know what I mean? My bad for, posting this shit late as fuck. I just got done watching the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video about that or not. It just seems kind of boring to me. I don't like Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know how that's on ranking for the best anime of all time. That is bullshit. It's not. All right, but yeah. Speaking of like an anime, like animes that are best of all time, this Naruto definitely one of the best of all time. I ain't gonna say the best of all time, probably Dragon Ball, but this is definitely a close second, if not a 1A, 1B type shit. It is really fucking hot. I don't know why it gets so hot when I'm recording. The motherfucking heat waves be making me fucking like. Whew. Anyway, let's get into the video because I'm getting hot. Let's get it. I fucking hate the summertime, by the way. Let's get it.
I kinda wonder how I haven't done this before. Let me explain. We all know Naruto's story, how inspiring it is, particularly how he can connect with villains due to sharing their same story. This connection is, in a way, one of the greater points in Naruto. Because he can connect with the villains, he can pull them back toward the light. It's such a commonly used trope in Naruto that it spawned the whole Talk No Jutsu meme, in which Naruto can beat anybody via a quick therapy.
Bro, Talk No Jutsu is not a real thing, bro. Just so y'all know, it's not a real thing. It's just every anime protagonist can just persuade people to do shit that they don't really want to do or get them off a bad path. They're not they don't have powers or anything. That's just who they are. But yeah.
That it spawned the whole Talk No Jutsu meme, in which Naruto can beat anybody via a quick therapy session. But I began to think about it as I considered this meme. How scary would a world be where Naruto just didn't care? What if he was just apathetic toward everyone? What if Naruto was a shinobi, but there was nothing emotional about him? Robotic even. Sure, he may have an easier time controlling Kurama early due to his emotional control, but would he ever be able to become friends with Kurama? And what about everyone else? Well, I think it's long since overdue for us to figure that out. Sit right back and gaze into my Rinne Sharingan and view just one of our many infinite Tsukiyomi worlds. It's time to find out what happens when Naruto doesn't care anymore. Welcome to the Amagi. Only 25% of our viewers are subscribed, so if you're a fan of the video, please like and double check if you are.
And this nigga got 2.22 million subscribers, and only 25% of y'all niggas are subs. That's fucking crazy. A lot of y'all niggas that watch me ain't subbed either. I probably have a smooth 1,000, 2K on my shit. If y'all niggas sub, bro, I think only like 15 of y'all subbed over here. Y'all motherfuckers fucking up. I'm gonna try to find that bar or graph or whatever the fuck and put that bitch on the motherfucking screen. But y'all motherfuckers ain't sub to me either. I don't know why y'all niggas don't like to sub, bro. Just want to watch and not sub, huh? Just to choke the fuck out of you.
Subscribed. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. From an early point in Naruto's life, something in him changed. Was it how he had to raise himself?
This is
How
a
others
crazy
viewed
picture.
him? Was he broken, or was he simply born this way? It didn't matter too much, I suppose. How he got to this point of emotional disconnection was irrelevant, as was the way he would get out of it. Naruto just didn't have it in him to care much about anything. Keeping himself alive was his top priority. Become the Hokage? No. Why would he want that? Wouldn't that just be harder? Wouldn't that make his life harder? Gain respect from the other villagers. Don't be preposterous. What did their opinions matter to him? There was nothing there in Naruto to motivate him to excel, nor was there anything there to hold him back. He was floating, drifting in an ocean of I don't care, and he had no life preserver. Depression is what others might call this, and if so, it made no difference. Whether you labeled it or not, it didn't change how he felt about it, and it didn't change his way of functioning. Hiruzen noticed this and even attempted to get something for Naruto to pull him out of this funk. He tried pulling up a good therapist who could help him walk through his issues without judgment, but it didn't seem to help.
Hirozen wouldn't have gave this nigga a fucking therapist. Like, let's be dead ass. Hirozen was the most deadbeat bastard of all time. He helped Naruto with damn near nothing. The nigga pulled up, gave Brody like $15 for like the month and just left. Like this nigga Hirozen was not had my nigga Naruto living off of expired milk and fucking 50-cent ramen. And a broken down bum ass college, not even college, orphan ass motherfucking apartment, man.
He talked with the therapist, and from there, it was the therapist's opinion that Naruto should be on antidepressants, but that lasted a grand total of 2 weeks. The moment Naruto realized that the antidepressants were causing the issue to get worse instead of better, he flushed them. This was all Hiruzen's idea anyway. Naruto didn't want to talk about his issues. He wanted people to leave him alone. But as you may have guessed, that didn't stop Hiruzen. Feeling that bringing order to his life might change the way Naruto felt or acted, he was willing to force Naruto into the academy to become a genin. Naruto really hated this. He wasn't into the whole idea of being a shinobi. It didn't interest him, but really nothing did. He had no real reason to become a ninja, but he also didn't have a reason not to become one. And so he went along with it for the simple sake of getting Hiruzen off his back. Many kids at the academy would make fun of him, laugh at him, tell jokes about him, and spread gossip about him. Schools always were toxic. Immaturity mixed with pride. People claiming to cook you when arguing as if they themselves could judge themselves victorious over you in their own debate. It was pitiful. None of this interested Naruto. Did it hurt his feelings? Not in the slightest. Why should he care what a bunch of kids he doesn't know are saying? Honestly.
Yo, you wanna know what's so crazy? I guarantee, like, Kirima would have been. I know you said this earlier, but Kirima would not have been a problem at all if this nigga was able to keep his emotions in check. The only way that Kirima was ever able to like get out of Naruto and like start to take over was when bro went through like some emotional trauma and he just fucking lost it. And fucking Kirima was just feeding on that anger and just fucking popped out of nowhere. Like, that's the only time that Kirima was ever able to get out of Naruto's body. Other than that, he kept bro in check. And even in the current Naruto, or like when Naruto was a kid, he was a fucking hothead, bro. And he still, Kirima only got out without his authorization maybe like 3 times. 4, maybe 4. Like, Kirima wasn't, like, come on, bro. Kirima, and now the nigga don't even got emotions. Nigga ride wave. Oh yeah, it's over with.
Why should those
Kirima never getting out.
kids care at all? Drama. That feeling of being important, or that some issue is exciting enough to keep kicking it until that thing went out of style. Nothing they said in school, none of it held any true importance, and only served as an excuse to let themselves run wild emotionally. He saw it all the time, mountains made out of molehills, and not just for himself, but others. They acted as though one backhanded comment was the end of the world, as though they had been personally attacked, as though they were victims. There were times when some were actually victimized. The kids with black eyes, the kids bruised. Clothes torn and stained with tinges of blood, having been beaten up by the system that the children had formed of in-groups and out-groups. They were victims. The children made fun of and talked about behind their backs for no reason other than wearing a shirt for a cartoon thought to be below their age group. The kids who had done nothing and now were facing real backlash, or at the very least, verbal harassment. They were the victims, but everyone had to be a thug. That was cool, right? Being a thug? Forming your own little gang and having the schoolyards as your territory. Weaponized bravado. A bunch of weaklings who thought they were something, never having seen the real world. That was what Naruto saw. But at the same time, Naruto just couldn't bring himself to care. He wasn't a victim. If people attacked him physically, he'd beat their skulls in with an unusually high amount of control. Due to this apathy, he had no emotional weight to throw around, but that helped him keep his focus to the same degree as a laser. While others screamed as they attacked, swinging wildly, Naruto could see the weaknesses in their stance, the weak points of their body. All it took was one punch to the kidneys, one angled fist into the bottom of their ribcage. Hitting them there, they collapsed immediately in panic as their body turned against them, their breath fleeing and—
I'm not gonna lie. Getting hit in the stomach in the middle of a fight, that shit feels like you're about to die. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You ever got hit in the stomach in a fight? Like, even on accident, you ever just got the wind knocked out? Like, you ever just, like, a motherfucker ever just, like, you ever, like, walk too fast by a balcony or a banister or some shit? That shit just, boom, hit your ass on the motherfucker's stomach, bro. You will be gasping for fucking air. Down for the count.
unable to return. Control. Control was everything in a fight, and Naruto had a surplus. Maybe in some way he derived pleasure from seeing the high and mighty's own bodies lose control, watching them panic. But whatever pleasure he may have derived from that was quickly washed away the moment he was given detention. Man, getting detention from defending yourself. Funnily enough, the same school system wouldn't protect him if he did nothing, but would punish him if he fought back.
The school system is so fucked up. Why is it like that? Why is, like, me being me and not letting somebody just beat my ass? Like, why is that a bad thing? Oh, you're supposed to run and go and tell a teacher. Bro, he's hitting me now. What do you mean go and run and tell a teacher? This nigga got me crowded in the bathroom. I can't get out. This nigga putting his hands on me, bro. What the fuck I'm supposed to do when he hitting me? Weave that bitch? Like, nah, bro. What if I'm fat and out of shape and can't move? Nah, I just got to swing on, bro. Like, nah. You just got to swing on that nigga. I don't know what the fuck schools be on, bro.
Seems Naruto wasn't the only one in this facility that was apathetic about himself and others. The whole school system was apathetic, overly harsh on—
I don't like how he keep throwing around the apathetic word. Like, I'm supposed to know what the fuck that mean. Like, that's highly disrespectful for you using vocabulary that I don't know the definition of, bro. Who you think you is?
its students, both through school and homework, and then through one-sided discipline that the teachers themselves couldn't even maintain. It was nothing more than an exercise in control, all for a piece of paper that said, "You're not stupid." Except you probably still were. Naruto knew education was necessary and was required, but the systems used to provide it only made his apathy worse. It didn't matter to him what a piece of paper said, only that he might live. And that's what he required. Money. A job. And that's what this academy provided. A shot at being a shinobi. Sure, it would be hard, but it would pay well, and all things considered, the work he would do wouldn't be too harsh. That was until the next war broke out. But there was no point in worrying about it. After all, whether he was a shinobi or not, when the next war broke out, he'd have to fight. Conscription was a thing, and if it were a new world war, he'd be put on the battlefield with a pitchfork and told to kill. At least this way, he'd be prepared for such an occasion. Naruto, due to his laser-focused nature, was able to keep up with the academy's lessons, taking out of this horrible experience what little good he could derive, eventually graduating. He couldn't wait to say goodbye to that place. The less people in his life, the better. No more drama, no more children's soap opera, no more teachers pretending to care. Now it would just be Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura under one jonin, that being Kakashi. 4 people, Naruto included. Sounded simple enough to manage. No drama, just teamwork. Or so he thought. The moment he entered the group, he immediately knew there would be drama. Sasuke was a walking Batman wannabe, dragging all of that baggage along with him. And as for Sakura, she was just a swooner for Sasuke.
A nonchalant Naruto versus a nonchalant Sasuke, them niggas probably would have actually killed each other in the anime.
The only fairly cool one was Kakashi, who had
And,
a similar
and Kakashi would have hated a nonchalant Naruto. And Naruto in that annoying ass fucking voice. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Like, oh, I would get so mad teaching that little nigga, bro.
demeanor to Naruto, though it was clear that Naruto was on a whole other level. Something Kakashi remembered he'd been very similar to, but for a different reason. Kakashi began to wonder if it might have simply been that Naruto was hurting in some way that he hoped he could eventually heal. But this, honestly, was far from the truth. Naruto wasn't in pain. He had never been like others. Naruto wasn't covering some old wound, and this wasn't a defense mechanism. Naruto told Kakashi that straight. I don't need to be healed, and I don't need to be babied. I don't need to be coddled because there's nothing wrong. I simply do not care. In the slightest. I'm not doing this for some grand cause, but because it's easier to go along with it than to back out and face continual backtalk. The drama and politics of society bore me. I don't care if I'm loved or hated, just like I don't really care whether Sasuke's an emo goth prince or not. I don't care if Sakura can or can't peel her eyes off of him. I don't care if you do or don't want to help me. What I care about is that I'm proficient in the work I do, which I am, and that I make plenty of money. So long as I got that, I think I'm fine not dealing with others. And from that, Kakashi backed off. Naruto was right. He wasn't in any distress or pain. He was simply a kid who had no drive to do anything more than he already did. It was sad to see such a young life unable to find enjoyment in the things that they did. Perhaps one day it might change, but until then, Naruto was going to keep being like this. But darn if it didn't make him efficient. When they took on the Land of Waves mission, they were attacked by the Demon Brothers. Naruto kept his composure and defended himself flawlessly alongside Sasuke. And when they faced Zabuza, the same thing happened there. Naruto may not have been able to bond well with Sasuke, but because they were so similar in certain aspects, they worked very well together. Now, after his battle with Zabuza, Kakashi was left feeling weak and needed rest. During that time, he trained his students on chakra control, but Naruto quickly picked up the lessons while Sasuke struggled.
Ooh, he would, bro. He would. Oh my gosh, bro. Sasuke would have just never been needed. He would have never been needed for the story if Naruto was able to keep his cool all the time. Never would have been needed, bro. Damn, bro, that's so crazy. Cause it's crazy how to like to think like Naruto wouldn't be a fucking idiot if he was nonchalant and just didn't give a shit. Cause his emotions got in his way of making smart decisions sometimes. If he like imagine Naruto if he wasn't dumb. Like what the fuck could you say to that nigga? Like nothing. You couldn't say shit to him. He already the strongest. Fuck you gonna say to him? Like, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This shit, we gotta bring this shit to life. I'll voice act somebody. I'll voice act the fuck out of Naruto. I'll voice act the fuck out of Sasuke. I'll voice act the fuck out of Cloud Ninja. Cause you know, what I mean, they probably most likely gonna have me voice act somebody of a similar complexion of me. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'll voice Kakashi if I got to. Shit, I want to make this come to life, please.
Kakashi surmised it was because, due to having no emotional issues, Naruto could find that Goldilocks zone of chakra control more easily than Sasuke, who was just angry all the time. As they had dinner, however, they were confronted by Inari, who pointed to them, basically calling them stupid for their actions, for their belief that they could stand up and be heroes in a world where heroes didn't exist. Looking to the boy, Naruto spoke. What tree did you fall out of this morning? You think we can't win? For what reason? He's just a thug. Just because you wusses are too scared to stand up against him doesn't mean we are. We're not scared, Inari shouted. Sure as crap sounds like you are. Go back upstairs and play with your toys, we're eating. Maybe I was wrong about you, Inari said. Maybe you're not heroes. We're mercenaries with a job, kid, Naruto said. Your little village, your bridge, your grandpa, you yourself. You're nothing more than a job to us. We're gonna finish the mission, you're gonna pay us, and we're going to go home. That's all there is to it. Now get. The room was silent. Naruto was harsh on the boy, but Tazuna was understanding.
Damn.
Inari had likely insulted the group, and he felt he owed an explanation to them. So he began to tell them about Kaiza and why Inari acted the way he did. Inari idolized Kaiza and saw him as his own personal hero. The reason he acts that way is because his own personal hero was killed right in front of him, Tazuna said. The room felt silent. Eventually, this silence was broken by Naruto. I missed the part where that's my problem. This statement drew a shocked exclamation from Sakura. Naruto! Naruto shook his head and looked at Sakura. Sure, it's sad, but the world doesn't revolve around that little boy. A lot of kids lose their family. A lot of kids don't have parents. If he wants to sulk about it like he's the only one in the world to ever suffer, let him. But don't drag me into it. Like I said before, we came to do a job, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that job, we're gonna get paid, and we're gonna leave. The boy can heal when we're gone. I'm a soldier, not a nurse. I've got bigger fish to fry than why some 4-year-old has trust issues. If anything, that's for his mom to fix, not me. Naruto continued with his meal, leaving the room stunned. They all let it go though, thinking that Naruto was just a lot more upset about it all than he'd like to admit. But the truth was he simply didn't care. He never cared and would never care about this. Not while he had his own issues to deal with. Naruto rested for the night, and the day after, he and the others would join the construction workers as they built the bridge. Not long after did Zabuza and Haku show up. Sasuke chose to fight Haku first, which Naruto obliged. This got Sasuke caught in the demonic mirroring ice crystals technique. As Senbon flew, Sakura pushed Naruto toward the attack. What are you doing? Go help him, she shouted. Why? It's clearly a trap. You want me to get trapped too? Then who will protect your scrawny rear when that guy kills us? Nah, Sasuke got into this. He can get out of it. Sasuke could not, in fact, get out of it. Catching enough Senbon, Sasuke was left in a paralyzed state.
This shit did almost kill him.
His eyes still open, his body twitching. All he could do
But you know who was there to save him? Naruto.
was move his eyes. Haku approached him. You would be wise to remain in that position, Haku said. While this was going on, Naruto began to consider how he was going to deal with that attack. In 1v1 combat, he could probably pull one over on Haku, but what was he going to do with that dome? He wouldn't be able to get out of it, and he didn't have the Sharingan to be able to deflect all the Senbon. So, as the masked figure drew closer, Naruto began to question what he should do. Well, I could try talking to him, stalling him out long enough for Kakashi to win this battle, and then the three of us could take him on together. He began to think as Haku drew closer. What's your deal anyway? Naruto asked. Haku stopped as though questioning if Naruto were talking to him. Naruto spoke again. Who else would I be talking to? Of course I mean you, Hairbun. What's your deal? I am here to kill Tazuna, they said. No kidding. I could have never guessed. Why though? He seeks to build a bridge which threatens Gato. Not that Gato matters much to us. He hired us and we're carrying out his orders. If we're successful, we'll be paid. Another merc, huh? Naruto questioned as he looked at them. Seems like we've got a lot more in common than I thought. We're both sellswords, out to make a living in this world. Isn't that just the way? We were hired much like you, promised to be paid as well, but the difference is that we're working for the bridge workers, not against them. So then, does that mean you plan to stand in my way? Haku asked. I haven't decided yet, Naruto said. I honestly could use the money, but I can't exactly use it if I'm dead. So the question I need to learn a bit more about is your abilities. For instance, what was that ice you had a second ago? What were those mirrors? Demonic mirroring ice crystals, Haku said. They're a type of ice release ninjutsu. Ice release? What is that? It makes a wind and water? Naruto questioned. Technically, yes, but it's a bit more. It's a Kekai Genkai. How did someone like you, with such an awesome power, come to end up working this kind of job? Because Zabuza found me as a child, starving, cold, and alone. I was taken in by him. I was nearly killed by my own father when I was but a child. My mother was killed. It was because the people there feared Kekai Genkai due to their overuse in the war. Naruto tried to keep Haku. I'm sorry to hear about that. Maybe you should tell me more about your childhood. How old were you when you realized Santa wasn't bringing you toys? Haku seemed questioning for a moment. Naruto smiled and shook his head. Nah, I'm just buying time. I don't care. Then he pointed his thumb to the direction of Kakashi, where he had just finished off Zabuza, and was running at the speed of Chidori, covered in blood like a demon, just to put his hand through Haku. Sakura was shocked by this. Naruto had expected it. Removing his hand from Haku's chest, he let him fall to the ground. All the while, Sasuke was still laying there. Is anyone gonna come help me? Sakura was quick to launch in and play mama to the sick and wounded Sasuke, hoping it would garner her a few more brownie points she could spend on purchasing his heart. But the battle was far from over. As Gato's men showed up, Naruto was about to show them why Inari was wrong. One man could defeat an army of goons. After all, they were all just incapable warriors, and Naruto had a little trick he liked to call Shadow Clone Jutsu. So, without another word, he began to approach, forming his own army of better trained individuals. He was unaware that they'd taken hostages though. Inari and Tsunami were there. Gato made a threat and said that if Naruto drew any closer, he would have the two killed. Naruto hesitated for a moment, questioning his next actions. He didn't want the two to die, but at the same time, he couldn't help but run the numbers in his head. He realized that even if Tsunami and Inari died, the bridge would be finished, as would Gato, and the people would be safe and happy. However, if they stopped construction now, Gato would remain, and very likely many others would die. It was a sad decision, but Naruto chose to sacrifice Inari and Tsunami over the others. He continued drawing closer. Despite Gato's warnings, his little army of shadow clones moved closer. He spoke. "Tell me, Gato, you're about to die. Are you certain you want to go to God with the blood of an innocent child and mother on your hands?"
This nigga's this a little devious ass nigga, bro.
Apparently, Gato did, because he gave the order and a blade was pushed through both of their backs. The moment the command was made, Naruto dashed. There was now no reason to hold back, no reason to take it easy. In some way, he'd hoped he could convince Gato to turn back and leave the two alone, but no. Gato chose the path of evil, and now his only shield was gone. Naruto rushed into the group, a kunai in each one of his shadow clones' hands. A couple clones would pop up and disappear as the soldiers got lucky, but Naruto just spawned 2 more to take their place. By the end of it, all of Gato's men, and Gato himself, were face down in the slowly darkening water below. This was the shinobi world. It was a dark place that forced you to make hard choices, and sometimes those choices required the strongest wills, or at least emotionally detached wills. Behind him, he viewed Tsunami, still bleeding, crawling toward her son who had already bled out, crying tears of pain and sorrow. For the first time in a while, Naruto felt truly sad about something. Was there something he could have done better? He didn't know. He couldn't do hostage crises like others could. There was no negotiating with Gato, and no way that this could have gone any other way. Looking away, he tried not to pay attention to the wails of a dying mother, cradling her dead child, because if he paid attention to it, he might just cry himself. He needed to keep telling himself he made the right decision. Eventually, she too died. As Naruto turned back with a sigh, he saw Tazuna there. The old man put a fist into Naruto's face, breaking his nose. Naruto hit the ground as the man spoke. "You killed them." Naruto got up and dusted off his pants. "I didn't kill him. That was Gato. They died because of you." A small price to pay. Another fist came in, smashing Naruto's eye. Naruto stumbled back. "You could have backed off. We would have figured something out."
Naruto wouldn't have took that second punch. A whole kunai would have been in this nigga noggin if he didn't care. Kunai to the noggin.
"You should know better than I. There was nothing Gato would have settled for, less than the destruction of this bridge and the death of you and all your dissenters. I saved their lives. It didn't have to be this way." "It did. It had to be this way. You knew the risks of making this bridge. You all did. Don't blame me. I didn't put them in that position in the first place. You did." Gato went to strike him again, but Naruto caught the fist. "Do not touch me again," he said, squeezing the fist with all the chakra he could muster, threatening to break it. "You have my condolences, but this is the risk we all decided to take. And I don't know about you, but I'm not willing to sacrifice everyone in this village and its chance to be free for sentimentality." "I hate you," Tazuna said. Naruto looked back at him. "More power to you. My job is done. I expect to be paid, just as you promised. Even a penny short, and I'll put the family back together again." As Naruto walked away, Kakashi couldn't help but stare
Shit. It's Naruto feeling himself. I fuck with that.
at just how cold this boy was.
Into the
The
money.
way back to the village was short, and the debriefing was quick and professional, even from Naruto's end. The story of Naruto's actions were startling, even to Hiruzen, but not to another, who couldn't help but think maybe he would be perfect. One Danzo Shimura, pulling strings, convinced Hiruzen to let Naruto take the Chunin exams just to see how far the boy could go. A test to see if Naruto really was as cold-blooded and heartless as they said, because if so, he'd make the perfect candidate for Root, the wetworks of the Anbu. By this, Team 7 as a whole were allowed to take the Chunin exams. Day 1 of the exams saw Naruto and his team taking a test to prove their gutsiness. Naruto didn't know half of the questions, but kept taking them anyway. And when the final question proved to be a make-or-break question with the future on the line, Naruto decided to take it anyway. After all, he didn't care which way the wind blew him, and if being a shinobi didn't work out, then it didn't really matter what he did. All that mattered was staying alive. Well, that mind frame managed to see Naruto pass the first test. He didn't even have to cheat. The proctor was stunned, questioning what Naruto was. Gutsy or stupid? The answer was apathetic. He simply didn't care. So he kept going, even in the face of certain loss. When the second round came about, Naruto ended up in the Forest of Death, where he finally realized he had to pee. "You two stay here. I'm whizzing in that bush." "Why didn't you go when you were in the facilities, Naruto?" Sakura asked. Naruto scoffed. "You sound like a mother. People don't really seem to understand that pee can hit you almost as fast as crap can. I think you're just lazy, she said. It's a bodily function. Get over yourself. Well, it puts us at risk if we split up. Every second we spend away from each other is another second we could be ambushed, she said. Then how about I just pee right here in front of you? Does that make it safer? He questioned her as his gaze sharpened. Just go into the bushes, Naruto, Sasuke said, getting tired of their bickering. Naruto disappeared into the foliage and began to pee. He'd made the mistake of drinking too much water before he left, and now his body was processing it too quickly. He had gone from not needing to pee to bursting in moments, and while relieving himself, he was unaware that his team was being deceived. As he finished, he stepped back out of the bushes to find that his team was gone. He looked around for them, even taking to the trees to look. Those turds ditched me, he thought to himself, his anger boiling. Scoffing, he turned around. Fine, no matter. I'll go find my own scroll and make it through without him. See them try to take a scroll with one less man. And so, Naruto left to find a proper team to take a scroll from. Coming across Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru, Naruto smiled. The prissy, tubby, and lazy ones. Supposed to be the future of the Ino Shikacho trio. Damn. Pathetic. None of them knew where.
Damn, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This Naruto is an asshole, but it's so crazy to think like regular Naruto wouldn't say would never say some shit like that. Like to just damn, bro. Like this Naruto is an asshole. It's also funny how the plot of the video is not what I thought it was at all. I thought he was gonna be a villain. Whole time this nigga's just don't care.
Naruto was, so it wasn't hard for him to get the drop on them. Using his shadow clone jutsu to even out the
He kinda is though.
odds a little, Naruto jumped from the tree branches down on top of them. Naruto was sure to drop 2 shadow clones on Choji as his strength might be an issue. One clone landed on Ino and another on Shikamaru, taking extra care to watch him. The clone ripped the scroll from Shikamaru's pocket and tossed it back to the real Naruto, who darted out of there, leaving the clones to keep distracting the trio. He was long gone before they could get the clones off of them. With this strategy working so well, Naruto quickly did the same thing to the group confronting Karin, an Uzumaki girl from Kusa. Taking her scroll, Naruto now had all he needed. Making his way to the center of the forest, he completed his task. It was hardly record time, but still one of the better times of the group. And considering that he did it by himself, it was still an impressive feat. However, when Kakashi discovered what happened, he chastised Naruto. How could you leave your team behind like that? You know that those who don't follow orders are scum, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum, don't you? Then tell that crap to Sasuke and Sakura. They're the ones who ditched me during a pee break. I went into the bushes and came back, poof, gone. I couldn't find him, so I did the best I could and moved on. The one who got abandoned is me. I followed orders after being left behind. I'm not the scum, they are. Kakashi sighed and let it go. If Naruto was telling the truth, then Sasuke and Sakura would have a lot of explaining to do. And when they eventually showed up, they did exactly that and explained what happened, showing that Sasuke had received a curse mark. There wasn't much they could do about it. Eventually, Team 7 was brought back together and everything was explained. There was a strain between the 3 of them, but they decided to set everything aside and just take it as an honest mistake. For the most part, the opening of the Chunin exams remains mostly the same. However, when the month off for training comes around, instead of running into Jiraiya, Naruto is approached by someone else, Danzo Shimura. He proceeds to explain to Naruto the true nature of his power, how and where he got it. He explains to him that his father was the 4th Hokage, and that Hiruzen hid this truth from Naruto to secure his own seat of power once again. Naruto has no reason not to believe him, all things considered. And so Danzo decides to help Naruto train using the Nine Tails power. To give an extra bit of help to the boy, he enters Naruto's subconscious with his Sharingan and proceeds to have a conversation with Kurama. You really should help Naruto out, Nine Tails. He's a promising Jinchuriki, and perhaps if you do so, you'll finally be freed at the end of Naruto's life. If you give enough chakra to him when he asks you to, you may actually further weaken the seal, which means there's a higher chance you'll get out.
Oh, he turning evil, I told y'all.
So, for your own sake, help Naruto. Now, of course, none of this would normally make sense, but Koro Amatsukami does wonders for one's charisma. It's designed to make anything you say sound like a good idea. And that's exactly what Danzo does. With Kurama pacified, Danzo knows Naruto will be in full control. As Naruto trains with it, he grows stronger still, and by the time he returns to the Chunin exams, he's ready to show it all off. Through the sheer power of his version 2 cloak, he makes short work of Neji, who can't even break through the tailed beast's chakra enough to use the gentle fist on him. He can't even see the Tenketsu at that point, let alone touch them. But the true show of force comes when the Konoha Crush arc begins. As Hiruzen faces Orochimaru, Naruto sets out to fight Gaara, who, as of this moment, is fleeing from them. Getting through, Naruto sees Gaara in his partial transformation, about to kill Sasuke. Naruto, taking his version 2 cloak, rushes in with incredible speed to defend Sasuke. Despite everything that Naruto has learned about Gaara, he realizes how similar Gaara is to Naruto. But all that being said, Gaara is a threat. Sure, Gaara had a rotten childhood, but Naruto did too, and you don't see Naruto becoming some psychopathic serial killer. No, Gaara is a mad dog that needs to be put down, so that's exactly what Naruto does. The power of the Nine-Tails' chakra overshadows that of Shukaku's exponentially. Even in version 1, he's more than a match for Gaara.
Isn't it like a there's like a thing that like the more tails a tail beast has, the stronger they are. So if that's facts, then fucking what the fuck is his name? Shikaku? That nigga weak as fuck compared to everybody else, especially Kirama. Oh yeah.
Gaara. Version 2 would be overkill, but for the sake of ending it quickly, Naruto goes version 2. This forces Gaara into a full transformation. But even with his massive size, as his fists come down to crush Naruto, he simply jumps out of the way. This isn't because the fists are that much of a problem. No, Naruto could catch them if he wanted. The issue was the sand. It could easily unpack, grab him, and pull him back up. And because there's no leverage in the sand, Naruto would be stuck. So for that purpose, he elects to avoid the fists. However, he comes up with a new idea. Using the Nine-Tails' energy blasts, Naruto begins to superheat the sand of the beast, starting with its arms. He turns the sand to glass, which shatters upon impact with the ground. This is no issue for Naruto, who is protected by the Nine-Tails' thick chakra shell.
I like how he's going through the fight and showing, like, I fuck with that. Like, he like scripting his own fights. I like that.
He then creates a path of glass up the beast's body to the head, where he proceeds to run until he gets to the forehead. There he finds Gaara, and with a single slash, he slices Gaara's head into 3 horizontally. With Gaara dead, Shukaku also perishes. The sand loses its form and crumbles to the ground. Naruto would return to the village with Sasuke. Here, the devastation truly hits. The village has been decimated. The Hokage is dead. However, seeing this as his chance, Danzo steps in and uses Naruto to his advantage, revealing him to be his personal protege that he has been training. The village is startled by the idea of this until Danzo explains that Naruto has been training with him to control the Nine-Tails' power and force it into service for the village. He goes on to say that Naruto was tested today with a fight against the One-Tail, a beast captured by Orochimaru and used by Suna to instigate a war. He then explains that Naruto killed the One-Tail. Through this, Danzo's approval ratings skyrocket, and he's named the next Hokage since he seems best to fit in. But as this occurs, Sasuke would face off against his brother and lose, only to be told by the Sound 4 that he has a lot of potential that will be stifled if he remains in the village.
Oh, fuck the Sasuke retrieval arc. Naruto wouldn't have went. Oh, shit. Yo, that's such a big fucking difference I didn't even think about. If he didn't give a fuck about Sasuke, that nigga would have just been evil forever. It wouldn't even have... Oh, that's so crazy, bro.
And so, Sasuke makes the fateful decision to leave the village. Sakura tries to stop him, but fails. The next day, she tries to get a group together to search for Sasuke, including Naruto, but Naruto refuses to take part. Why not? Sakura questions, eyes filled with tears. Because Sasuke always was an idiot. Why should I go out of my way to bring him back here when he doesn't want to be here? There are thousands of missing nin out there. What makes him so special? Orochimaru might be planning to hurt him, she said. If so, then Sasuke gets what he deserves. He's a grown boy, let him make his own decisions. If that leads to his death, that's on him, not me. Naruto leaves. Sakura, with no other choice, decides to head out with her team to rescue Sasuke. During that,
sorry. So Sakura wasn't helping with shit. That's sorry. That team just got sorry as fuck. Now that I'm thinking about it, bro. So it would have been Sakura, Kiba, Shikamaru, Choji, and Ninja. Disgusting. That's a horrible fucking team.
Into the Sound 4. Choji faces Jirobo and barely wins, but is left in critical condition. Toyuya faces Shikamaru and manages to kill him. Sakon and Ukon face Kiba and Akamaru and manage to kill them. Kitamaru faces Neji, but Neji barely manages to pull it out of the bag and win. All of them do so to push Sakura forward so she can reach Sasuke and convince him to come home. But in the end, she's stopped by Kimimaro, who refuses to let her go any further. He offers to let her leave with her life, but she claims that her life means nothing without Sasuke and chooses to fight. Despite her determination, she's nothing to Kimimaro alone. And
Yeah.
without any help, since Gaara is dead and Lee is still crippled,
Oh,
Sakura
shit.
too meets her untimely demise,
Yeah.
skewered 5 times by Kimimaro's bone blades. Kakashi would later find her body in the rainstorm, which was washing away any clues to the locations of Sasuke and those escorting him. As he looks down upon her body, he reflects on how his team is falling apart for a second time. And as thunder roars and a flash of lightning crosses the sky, Kakashi is momentarily returned to his childhood, watching Rin die by his own hand. And though Kakashi did not physically have anything to do with Sakura's death, his poor leadership skills and his failure to rein in Sasuke led to this situation. Broken, he prepares to officially disband Team 7, as there's nobody left but Naruto. But before he can, Naruto disbands it for him. Naruto had been invited to join the Anbu's Root Division to serve as Danzo's right-hand man. Taking it in a heartbeat, Naruto knows he's hit easy street and will live lavishly for the rest of his life if he offers proper support to Danzo. From there, Naruto keeps training and is eventually introduced to the one who will serve as his partner, someone with an equal detachment from emotion,
Sai.
on a far less toxic degree. Sai. The two get to know each other and test each other's limits. Naruto applauds Sai for his creativity, and Sai can't help but admire the pure brute strength that Naruto possesses. He states that from reading Naruto's file, he was impressed with how he handled so many critical situations with such cold logic. He says that with a mind like that, he was perfect for the Anbu. But Sai has one thing on his mind that bothers him, one question that he can't help but ask. Now that Sasuke's a missing nin, will you be able to hunt him down? I don't see why not, Naruto says. Well, I know he was your teammate, and when I say hunt him down, I mean, if you're forced to kill him, will you be able to? Naruto thinks for a moment. He's the one who left and betrayed us. He knew what he was doing from the position it would put us in. Further, because of his actions, many of my peers are dead, including Sakura. So if it comes down to it, yeah, I would kill him. Good, a third voice said. The two boys looked up to see Danzo standing there. Because I have orders for you two. And that's where I'm gonna pause it for now. Honestly speaking, while
come
this
on,
story
bruh.
changed a lot, it just felt so sad to make. It kind of takes away one of the best parts from Naruto.
Yeah.
But I guess you know what they say. You never really know what you got till it's gone.
It would suck to see like Sakura and everybody die. Yeah, peace.
You win. Perfect.